Greetings. In today's video I'm only going to talk about releases from 2019. Here we go. First up we have this is Love Exchange Failure by White Ward. It was released 2019 through Deborah Morty Productions, and the band is from Odessa, Ukraine. And I talked about their debut album Futility Report a couple of videos ago. And the band plays post-black metal with a heavy jazz noir style, incorporates saxophone and stuff. And on 3 of the tracks on this one there are clean vocals, and it feels like a natural successor to its predecessor. And I think this one is slightly better. It contains 7 tracks. It's 1 hour and 7 minutes long, and there are no really weak tracks. And I really like the almost non-metal song Surfaces and Depths, which only have clean singing. But I think Dead Heart Confession is my favorite, and it's a gatefold, and you get lyrics on the inside. And the records are on some form of lilac marble with some white mesh. Here's a snippet. This is The Onlooker by Windswept. It was released in 2019 through Season of Mist Underground, and the band is from Kharkiv, Ukraine, and was formed in 2017, and this is their sophomore release. And Windswept consists of 3 quarters of Drutk, which released the excellent They Often See Dreams About the Spring last year. And they play atmospheric black metal like Drutk, but whereas Drutk never go all out fast-paced and instead keeps it mid-paced all the time, Windswept on the other hand go all out all the time and never slows down. And it contains 8 tracks where it's an intro and outro. It's 38 minutes long, and there are no really weak tracks, but it's quite hard to distinguish the individual tracks since they are built and written within the same mold, and sometimes the record feels like it's just one really long repetitive song. And it's limited to 500 copies, and 300 of the black one, and it's gold foil stamped, and I have number 495, and my version is the black vinyl. And you get a insert with some quotes and the album artwork, but no lyrics. Here's a snippet. This is Void Luster from the band Hope Drone. It was released in 2019 through Moment of Collapse. And the band is from Brisbane, Queensland in Australia. And Void Luster is the band's sophomore release. And the band plays atmospheric post-black metal with some noise elements. And the songs are very long and changes in character. And there are some Neurosis-like moments and some all-out blasting. It's not that different from the debut full-length Cloak of Ash from 2015. It can be quite exhausting to listen to the whole thing since they take the wall of sound approach combined with blasting, but it's very good. It contains 5 tracks. It's 1 hour and almost 4 minutes long. And my favorite track is the opening, Being Into Nothingness. And the records are on gold vinyl with some black splatter. You get 2 lyric inserts that contain some additional artwork also. Here's a snippet. Fragments of Insanity by Necro Death. It was released in 2019 through Terror from Hell Records. And the band is from Genoa, Italy. They were formed in '85 and the band have released 12 full lengths. And I have never heard of the band before picking this up. And it turns out that this is a re-recording of their '89 release Fragments of Insanity, which I had never heard. It's very good. It's basically a mix of early Sepultura creators, Sadus and Demolition Hammer, and there are riffs everywhere, and the production is excellent. And when I got back to listen to the original Fragments of Insanity, it's not even close in comparison. Apart from the obvious superior production quality of this, without sounding too polished, the intensity is through the roof. And re-recordings of older stuff usually means a little less inspired and overproduced record, but this is perfect. And this would probably have been on my contender for my album of the year, if not for the fact that it's a re-recording and thus it disqualifies it. It's 8 tracks and it's 35 minutes and not a single weak track. All tracks are instant hits, but my absolute favorite is State of Progressive Annihilation. And my version of the record is some kind of green-white marble vinyl, and you get a lyric insert, and on the other side there's a picture of the band members. Highly recommended. Here's a snippet. This is Age of Excuse by Mikvah. It was released in 2019 through Northern Heritage and No Solace. And in a previous video I talked about all Mikvah releases thus far, and as of September this year we have their 4th full length. And what we have here is pretty much Exercise in Futility Part 2. There's not that much difference from their last effort, and it's good. Why fix something that ain't broken? The riffs and melodies are on point, and Darkside's drumming is as good as ever, and the vocals are angry, and I'm very happy. This is probably the album of the year for me. It contains 6 tracks, it's 42 minutes long, and although all 7 tracks are excellent, my favorites are the 3rd and 6th track. And it's, to my knowledge, still only available on CD, but anyway, you get a booklet with lyrics. Here's a snippet.
Saviors get crucified. History gets what? History fucking gets overextended.
This is Så fallen alle tempel by Ara. It was released in 2019 through Naturmacht Productions. And the band is from Switzerland, and this is their debut full length. And they play atmospheric black metal with Gregorian chants and a DSBM vocal style where it's impossible to hear a single word. But the melodies are awesome, and unfortunately, this record, while very good, suffers from the same faults as Windswept, with that the 5 tracks does not differ that much from each other, except for the last track, which is my favorite, Rote Träumer. And it's 39 minutes long in 5 tracks. And you get a digipack. And there are no lyrics. Excellent stuff. Here's a snippet. This is A Battle in the Dark Lands of the Eye by Keys of Ortank. or something. It was also released in 2019 through Naturmacht Productions. And the band is from Chambly, Quebec, Canada. And this is the band's sophomore release. And it's once again atmospheric black metal. This time, however, the tracks are more easily differentiated from each other, mainly because they have a quite majestic organ or keyboard playing in the background, and that adds to the grand feel without ever taking over the show. It contains of 7 tracks, it's 46 minutes, and the running time could easily have been stripped down, since the first track is an intro with some medieval feel to it that drags on for 3.5 minutes, and the closing track is more of the same for 6.5 minutes. But the other 5 tracks are, on the other hand, very good. My favorite being Uruk Ag Burgul, or something like that. And it's a black tape. And the J card contains track listing and credits. Here's a snippet. Finally, we have this. This is Iron Will of Power by Urn. It was released 2019 through Season of Mist Underground Activists. And the band is from Tampere, Finland. It was formed in 1994, and Iron Will of Power is their 5th studio release. It contains of 9 tracks. It's 40 minutes long. Prior to ordering this, I was under the impression that it was a Destroy 666 type of black thrash band, and the first track really deliver, but unfortunately they slow down the tempo and the opener after the opener, and it's more of a mid-paced to fast thrash metal record. And I'm a big thrash fan, but this is really, it doesn't stick with me until the last track, Will to Triumph. It's okay, but after the 4th minute mark it really kicks off. And the highlights are the first track and the last, the ending of the last track. There are some more enjoyable parts. It's not a bad record at all, but it was just not what I was expecting going into it. And the tape is white, and the J card folds out, and you have lyrics, but they are in such a small font that it's quite hard to read them. Here's a snippet. That was it for today's video. I think I have 16 more releases from 2019, so I will split them up and do 2 more videos in the near future. Have a nice day. Bye.